Morning, guys. So today we're going to be working on more of the Galaxies and Peril stuff. I'll just bring open a couple here just to refresh some of you guys here. Actually, I forget which ones we left off with during the last stream, but I think it was actually this one, the parasitic one. So here's our version of Thor. This stuff too, I should say for some more context, is Galaxies in Peril, which is like a Dungeons and Dragons tabletop RPG. I just say Dungeons and Dragons because most people know Dungeons and Dragons. So dice, miniatures if you want them, or theater of the mind kind of stuff. But this is like with a superhero theme, so that at least puts you in the context of it. These pieces that we're doing here, these are like all this artwork is for the player's manual. Or actually just the game book itself, but there's different factions and things like that that you can incorporate in your game. So all these guys will all have like blurbs of text around them of who they are, just to give you like if you wanted to put your players against something or a faction or anything like that. That's what these are to help. Give you a direction if you need it. So this again would be like the Norse mythology kind of stuff here. This would be, I guess, like Venom, if we were to call it anything, where you've got, the parasite that attaches to the back of the skull and it transforms you into like this space knight looking thing. And then today, the three we're going to be working on, we're going to break. These are the thumbnails. I just blew them up, and we're going to be doing the roughs, and then I need to get them fully colored today as well. But there's this one where it looks like there's like these three red alien people. They're like almost putting like I forget what he called it, a pylon that absorbs energy into a ship that destroys the world. So that'll be a lot of fun to do. And then this one is a guy hiking through, I'm going to, in my mind, think of Antarctica. So we'll get some glaciers and stuff like that in the background. And then there's like a tear in reality of this cadaver that's got alien energy coming into it. It's going to be a little tricky to draw that one. And then this one we're doing is actually pretty fun. I wanted to start with this one because it's got a big muscly guy to start with. It's a dude, it's like a cult, at least the way that I'm understanding it, where they get like this metal and they're able to forge it into an alien type metal. And that alien metal has a tendency to want to bond to skin. So these guys grab initiates, and we'll see there's a guy at the bottom here, and they grab this metal, and this dude here named Jawbone, he fuses it to a body part, a specific body part or body parts, and if the host and the metal mesh, they become a lieutenant, and then they're in this cult kind of thing. If not, they're left here as like a sacrifice, and nobody hears from them again. So this dude, his name's Jawbone. Again, a lot of these things, they've never been designed, so I'm just sort of doing them on the fly. So I have an idea in my mind roughly how this guy's going to look. Usually when we get right here to the roughs, that's when I'll start making that decision. But yeah, so he just got that big, what's it called? Hammer kind of coming down onto this dude's face. For whatever reason, the guy wanted to have metal fused to his face. So, these guys are all pretty cool. And then there's this mummified monk dude in the background with a shrine with some metal and some other stuff. Hey Jason, how's it going? What's that you're getting after it early this morning? This is the first time I caught your live stream. Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for being here. Normally, okay, so I'll say that off the top too before we get to the drawing is, ideally I'm doing a stream Fridays now. But it's every other Friday. So this Friday I have off of my day job, so we're pretty much committing the whole day, like a work day that I normally would have on a Friday, to doing side work. And then the following Friday, so next Friday, I'm done at 3:30. Those ones are a little up in the air. Sometimes I stream them, sometimes I don't. So you guys can expect at least every other Friday there should be a stream. If there's not, I mean, life's coming up. Not much you can do there. Also, I got a little bit of background music going on, so if it's too loud, let me know. I can tweak that as well.
It's gonna be Baby Shark.
What's that?
It's gonna be Baby Shark.
Okay. Oh yeah, actually, if you're gonna hear that, could you close the door then, if you don't mind? Because I'm sure that'll get like striked by YouTube.
Listen to it?
Oh, I don't mind it. I'm just saying I know that YouTube will take Baby Shark down for sure. Okay. Little guy's just totally into Baby Shark now. Okay, so let's get into some roughs. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't want to go too small with the lines here. I think I'm gonna try to keep it pretty thick. One of the things too, I meant to say, I was skimming through the last stream. I was talking, or I jump all over the place as I am right now, but some people have always asked the workflow that we're doing. And right now I'm just scribbling here just to make sure I'm comfortable with this brush here. But one thing you might want to think about is when you're doing roughs, I've moved away from just doing pencil roughs. I do enjoy it, but I feel like I can get stuck in it and I can start noodling and stuff more and more, and then I'm detailing and all that. And the workflow we do, we build on simple line art with inks over top, right? So you want to be moving. The idea is to move fast, and in this stage here, this thumbnail is very loose, right? There's a tendency to want to get tight with this stuff and get like a nice smaller brush, but the longer you can keep a thicker brush, I found it not only does it speed it up, but you don't have to worry about needless details that you might get stuck using or doing with a smaller brush. So, long-winded way of just saying I'm going to try to use like this big, thick, chunky brush here. So this dude's name's Jawbone, like I was saying, and his metal that's grafted to his body is his jaw. So I'm going to try to design something simple. He's I don't know if he's actually a blacksmith. I think in the reference we were given, he's what was he? He's a gearhead turned biomechanic. So one of the costs of not designing all these characters up front, which is fine because these guys are only like in one shot, like in these pages, they're not throughout the book. But one of the issues is when you're doing character design, or concept, passes and stuff, you get a chance to build up on forms, which can lead to some better quality designs overall, I would say. But at the same time, when you don't do it, you kind of go right into the page like I'm doing right now. There's also there's a little secret benefit that you can sometimes get. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes you get lucky, is you start just going with what feels good or right, and you can come up with some pretty cool stuff. The problem, like that I'm already running into, is if you guys, I'm not really a huge He-Man fan. I enjoy it. I've got a couple of the art books and stuff. There's a dude in there. I don't know. Is it lock? I don't want to say it's a lock jaw, but I don't think it is. He's got like that big bolt on the side of his jaw right here, and it's such like a, I don't say Kirby, but like the 70s, 80s comic feel. I love it, but like me just putting it here, he's already starting to feel a little bit like that, and I don't want to put the fangs. I don't want this guy to get too close to that. So maybe what we'll do. I do like shooting out the jaw though, but if this is fused on, maybe we can get like some, like it doesn't have to be perfect. It was just, this guy isn't, he's just the guy tasked with doing it, so maybe he's gotten better over time kind of thing. And I like him have a little bit of a crazed look. We'll see where the head's going to go on this one. Whoops. Alright, let's get the body in here. And this guy's supposed to be pretty ripped, so let's make sure we get those big fat muscles. Oh, also, I wanted to show too, I shared this last week. Donald DeLay, who pops in the chat from time to time. At least I'm understanding it right. He's creating his own comic. And he's got like some Sentai characters. I call them Sentai characters, like Power Rangers. But like, is it Ultraman? Ultraman and Kamen Rider. Those kinds of guys. He was commissioned a bunch of people to just do like a couple designs so that he can draw them. And they're basically background characters. But I just wanted to bring them up because like I actually dug them. I was telling him, I want to like draw more of this stuff. So it was a lot of fun. These two dudes here. Now, just for context here, this is just for concept stuff, so I didn't want to render. Like, they might look a little plain, right? Like, if I was to add some inks over top of this. Where we got here? Inks. Right, like, get like a shoulder in here. Get that bicep and tricep and like some forearms. So, like, there's some anatomy that's not in here that, I would put in if we were rendering it. So the idea is just for... what's it called? Costume and character, right? Like this kind of stuff. But I had a lot of fun doing these, man. And I don't know if it's just working with this stuff that I've been doing now lately, where I talked about this last week too, where this sort of workflow and design space that I'm heading in is super liberating because I'm able to just do like this guy. He looks more buggish than I wanted him to, but this kind of head shape I feel is more difficult for me to get when I'm drawing. I don't want to say realistic, but drawing more in like my modern style, I suppose, which I don't do too often anymore. But it's just been super freeing being able to just throw in these like odd shapes that for whatever reason I feel like I'm not able to get, or wasn't able to get while we were doing what we were working on before. I just want to get in here and have fun with this. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys that because I think we were going to do that in a stream, or started, and then we ran out of time. I don't know. My days are getting away from me. Okay, so let's get this guy's hand in here. So a lot of this we're going to erase. Actually, let me get, this is where the handle would be. Big old fat thumb, so we see that. Like I say, a lot of this will get erased. I just like to draw through this stuff so that I have better placement for where things are going. Give him that little bracelet hand, and then massive forearm, bicep, and then just give him a big old beefy. Like even this kind of shape language, I don't know. I just feel a little bit more intimidated to do this before. So it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over again with these streams. Like I'm trying to tell you guys more and more, or convince you. Trust me, this is good stuff. You guys just don't see it. We could bring this out a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Might feel a little congested right now. Like everything's kind of clunking together. Sometimes this stuff, as I keep moving around and tightening it up, it starts to come together a little bit. Alright, I just gotta insinuate where his body is. I want this guy to still be a human being, right? I don't want him to start looking too crazy. Fit all the hands and their fingers in there. Now here I just wanted to put like some sort of tool. I don't know what. Like this is for, I guess you would say, holding hot metal, but I think there's an opportunity here to add a little bit of tech to it. Like down here in particular, like something like that. So I don't know what this will be. If he's hitting that, maybe this is grafting. Maybe this is like, let's put some sparks. Trying to think like how he would fuse this stuff on, right? Like you can't just put metal on somebody's face. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Put something on his face and just strike it with a hammer. Like I'm trying to think, is there rivets and bolts? Or is it just like that metal so alien that it's just like, there's something about the impact. To me, what this is telling me, and I'm trying to come up with story stuff, and this is things that would I would encourage you guys, if you do make time to do concept art, is to like ask these questions, because the story, even small little questions about the character, definitely helps with some of the decisions that you would make for the guy. So I'm just starting to think like, how would that metal fuse? And if there's no rivets, then the hammer must react with the metal in some way. So if that's the case, and this is an alien metal, I think there's something to be said to make like a alien-esque kind of hammer, right? Like that alien material lands on a different alien material. Hey Nimrod, how's it going, brother? So if that's the case, I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna slick this up a bit. So a lot of this hand is gonna get. Okay, what we're gonna need to do here is move this over a bit like that. Because when I got rid of the hand there, it started to look like this hammer thing was part of his hand, and we don't want that. So maybe we'll put, I don't know, we'll keep it here, and then we'll put like some Kirby kind of, or try to do some Kirby kind of design stuff here. And let's try to erase some of that. See how it looks. Yeah, I think this could work. I don't know if I'm sold on this arm. This might be a little pushed here. So if that's the case, maybe what we'll do is we'll try moving this guy. Whoops. Let's move him over a bit. Like, we got the room, right? This puts the focus a little bit more on him. And I'm going to duplicate this. Let's get rid of that arm. We'll try it again. Might help it read a little bit better. Sorry if you got, I don't know, like, I'm still getting used to the, sometimes this webcam works, sometimes it doesn't, so like I try to set it up, I hit stream, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. So in my little description here, it's being covered by my face, so if you guys always see me over here, I'm just looking at a different camera here, or not a camera, my other screen, just trying to make sure that some of these lines are making sense. Just trying to get like some maximum energy in here. This Bruce Timm line is always so powerful. We're able to always just make up our anatomy in here because Kirby allows us to do that. It's giving us that freedom to do that. I think this will work, especially once we get into inking, because we can make all the anatomy we want in here, right? We can get that straight power line in there, which, you know, that's what we want. I want this impact, something like that. You know, just fucking crack, and then we get like this awesome line, something like that. I think it's getting the power there. Hey Zombie, how's it going? YouTube recommended your video. I'm very pleased. Needed some background art. Oh, welcome. YouTube is an interesting creature, huh? It's weird, man. Like, I don't know why YouTube recommends certain things. I know I've been recommended some stuff where I was like, really? That's what I'm getting recommended? But hey, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for coming. I think let's get rid of maybe this line back here. Just wondering if these traps are getting a little... You guys know I like the muscles, but just wondering maybe if this line carries through like that. And this dude's gonna be sweating a lot. That's what they wanted. Hot, not hot. I say hot, sweaty man, but that's not what I meant. All right, we'll go there. Again, what was the reference here? Art direction. This is all I'm really worried about. I'm thinking we could have the self-mummified monk in the background with Jawbone in the foreground, grafting metal onto some initiate who's on the table. It's like a blacksmith, except he's working on a person, hammering a piece of metal onto the guy's face or something. I think Jawbone can look pretty normal, probably sweating like he's in a forge, ripped and muscly. Okay, the ripped and muscly part, we already know we're gonna do that. It has a metal jaw. Okay, so and I don't, like, I try to make this stuff as fast as possible here, so I don't want to spend too much time. I don't think we're going to give this guy, he's saying he's looking pretty normal, so the traditional superhero stuff, let's give him some, you know, like this kind of thing. And I'll flip back and forth just so I can explain this stuff to you guys a little bit more, so I'm a little bit more clear. But like these dudes here that we worked on, you know, you got this guy over here, he's like he's supposed to be like a fish kind of guy. He's just wearing like a shirt and stuff like that. But like this chick, right? Like you just add some stuff. Like here's a line for the shirt, and then you do this bonkers headpiece. You start making more superhero look, right? Like there's this Asian dude in the background that's super, like, there's nothing crazy going on, but just a little bit of effects. That kind of stuff can push it in the direction, right? So, and I don't want to add that to this guy. This guy's supposed to be pretty normal. The only thing that's not normal about him is this freaking jawbone, right? So it's gonna be hot in here. So let's make a new layer. I'm gonna make it red. I'm gonna give him pants. That's always a good thing, right? Give him some pants. maybe we'll give him like the wife beater. He's supposed to be like a mechanic, kind of like the idea of that. And on this hand here, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it on both. I'm just gonna put these in black. I think it'd be kind of cool. He's got wristbands on. Not like he's working out, but I don't know. To me, it's kind of getting like this guy's in a metal band kind of feel to him. But this face, I want to change a little bit. There's some cool stuff going on there, but I just want to make some actual decisions here. So like I said, remember I always want to use the biggest brushes I can. I'm going to bring it down just a bit, just for the face, because I want the face to really sell what we're doing here. He's looking maybe a little nuts, which I guess is okay. Let's keep him nuts. We'll figure the pupils out in a second. And I'm gonna give him because I don't do this enough. I'm trying to expand my character language, I guess. You know, like if this guy is. Actually, I guess we can make this dude a black guy too, man. Like, get some. I want him to smile. I think he wouldn't be enjoying this. So if we get some bigger lips too, this would really help with the jaw. Yeah. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Oops. I'm gonna go here like that, and then this metal jaw. It's a little alien. I want to give him like a big ass jaw too. This is where I think we can get kind of Kirby-esque. I think this bottom jaw, maybe we'll do this so that the lips can still stay on there. I'm just trying to think of when we get to color. That's why I'm trying to make these decisions now. Hear my sound in the background, losing it. Go. I think I like the idea of it kind of wrapping around his head a little bit. Starting to look a little bit like a helmet. I don't know if I want to go helmet route. Why not? There we go. Bring in some of the designs that we're making here. Like I haven't even gotten into the design of that guy's face, but this kind of metal that we're going to figure out how it's going to look is going to help us when we get to the hammer as well. So it all goes back and forth. How did I do these guys' eyes? Sometimes I do little pupils, and sometimes I'm doing pupils. Okay. Sometimes I'll do pupils like that, or sometimes I'll do like if this is an eye, I'll just go like that and then color it in. I think it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to keep this stuff consistent. Some facial hair too, that could be kind of cool. Yeah, let's do the facial. Let's do the mustache. I think a mustache is kind of funny here. See how we're flaring it out this way? The mustache, it kind of plays off of the helmet look there too, I think. Okay, so go there. This is all metal. We're gonna, get some shines on it and stuff like that. But this dude is sweating up a storm. Okay, let's make a new layer under that. We're gonna fill it white. That, turn that layer off. Okay, so we got a better face now. So I think it's better face. What else are we doing here? Okay, so we gotta get this initiate down here. Well, this one's a little awkward. I don't know why, but I feel like everybody needs to be topless when they're doing this kind of stuff. You want to be in this cult? Take your top off. Put some pants here. I like kind of maybe having his thigh up, just for some composition stuff. And then his face. This is where it gets a little tricky. Okay, so we're going to have a jaw, ear. Now, this is something I did in the scribble. Like, I know this is kind of the direction it should go. We'll bring it this way. I'm going to just bring a little smile out this way. I thought it would be. It's weird, right? When you're getting hammered in the face, but the smile to me might help. This is something the guy wants, and he's getting. And we'll put some kind of hairstyle on him or something. Shoulder, something like that. And then this is that metal, like I said. He's getting it grafted to his face. Such a weird thing. I'll put him on the table. Probably makes a lot of sense. Probably needs a second arm. There we go. Moving along. Okay, we got that. Let's do the background. I'm going to do the background in blue. Because why not? Alright, so we got this mummy dude in the background. What did he say he was? He's a... excuse me. Notable assets. Self-mummified monk. What the hell is a self-mummified monk? I'm just going to Google here. Self-mummification. Oh, wait. Self-mummified monks. Okay, that's an actual thing. That's totally in a different direction than I thought I was going. Jesus. This is some scary shit. Self-mummified monk. What the hell? This is awful. Okay, well, that gives me a direction. Okay, so we're going to go with the orange. It just looks like a dude that was sitting there. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Not in my wheelhouse that I was going in at all. Look, I had this guy in the background standing up looking over him, right? Like a classic villain thing. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so instead of making him go this far back, I'm going to have to make this guy a little bit bigger because I need people to see that this guy is... you know. Go like that, and then... I just need the idea that these are his arms. And I want him really hunched forward. Then we got like this creepy... Jesus, monks, man. Mummified stuff is just... I don't know. I find turns my stomach. Something like this. I'm going to tighten it up in a second here, right? But then we're going to get the robe or whatever, and then maybe we'll put some... We'll do the candle thing because it's a shrine, right? You got to have candles. But then everything else is like this wacky... Let me turn the thumbnail off. It's like this... wacky metal kind of crap. Okay, so let me just pull this over here. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna be looking off screen here. This reference I'm looking at, it's like a mummy, a self-mummified guy, but he's got sunglasses on. I don't know what the hell the point is, unless this dude was just sitting in the sun. There's got to be a story to this that I don't know. This is awful, freaking me out. Oh, also, guys, if you could let me know, can you hear the background music at all? Would you prefer it not being here? Is it too loud? Is it fine? Okay, I'm gonna use that, I guess. That's my okay, let me just move this over. All right, let's see what we can do here. It's like this mummification is weird. It's like it's still a face, but it's not. It's face, but it's... Oops. There's a little bit of like a horror aspect to it, you know? Bring in that. And the ears are sort of on the side. Sucked in like face kind of thing. Then this arm is out. Pretty sure the legs are going to cover this, but and then so go here. Just trying to think simple shapes here. I don't want to go too nuts. You want to get nuts? This is going to come around here. So this is all that stuff. And then, see, I brought the knees way up here, but the monk's knees, it's like they go out like this. Something like that. And then we get, cover that hand up. Go. We can get like some weird stuff going on here. Yeah, I think something like that's where we want to go. I don't even know if this dude's alive. I'm not sure. It wasn't brought up at all in the notes, but okay. So we got the sparks kind of coming off that weapon. I think we need something back here, and this is one of the cool things that I'm finding more and more work in this art style too, guys. If anybody cares, is I'm allowed to get, or at least I'm doing it. Maybe that's just something I wasn't doing before. Where it was just like, screw it, I'm just doing this. But like, it's sort of like Magnolia, Hellboy, even this kind of thing where it's like I'm relying more on black and white artwork, so letting shadows push more than what they need to. So like, the reason I'm saying that is like, to me, all of behind this guy is going to be in black or whatever, right? And these candles need to be somewhere, but I can just put them anywhere, and then I can go like something simple like that, like just put a shadow behind them, and your brain will go, okay, well, candles don't float. They should be, it's probably rock. And then if I color this like a desaturated color, whether it's gray or brown, you'll believe it, which is cool. It gives you more artistic power, right? You're able to just do whatever you want. All right, and then we're gonna put like, I'm just gonna put like, so I don't forget, like little circular things. I think that'd be cool for alloy for this metal. And I want to keep this whole area pretty open, because then we can just, you know, just speed line the shite out of it and get your eye to focus here. Actually, you know what might even be better for composition? You see how I got like his hammer just doing a generic whatever? I think what makes sense is if we bring it over towards the monk like that. Because what this does is now you have to look at this. Does that make sense? You have to look at that and then come down to the hammer. And you might be able to just put a little extra effect on the hammer. Smacky poo. Alright, let's turn this off and see what we see. Yeah. Good. Let's move on. Edward, welcome. Jason, my 2-year-old, likes the soothing music. Oh, he does? Alright, the music is very mellow. Okay, right on. I wanted to have something in the background that was like, I forget, I was listening to some guy and he was like saying when he draws, all he does is he listens to rain sound effect. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll try it, because I normally listen to metal and stuff like that, but especially working from home sometimes, and like some of the new things I got at the day job, it's like, you know, it's a little crazy. So getting that kind of over the top music, it can get a little nuts. But anyway, why I'm saying that is the rain music's actually definitely helped. It's made me just, I don't really focus on the music per se. It's just that the background music that's playing right now, I can't even hear it, but it's like some ambient space music. I love that kind of stuff, just like as if you're cruising through space just by yourself, you know. Love that. Zombie, I looked it up. Never heard of monks mummifying themselves. That's crazy. And 24 monks have successfully done it. I need to look into it because there's a little level of creepiness to it. I've never heard of it, and the images are pretty gross. So I'm glad you checked it out too. Edward, oh, you just asked how everybody's doing. Nimrod, it's a bit cold. Okay, yeah, it's probably because it's space. Space is cold. Okay, we're gonna do this one. This one's got more dead people, which is gonna be interesting. So there's this cat in the front here. I'll just show you guys what the hell we're doing here. So this is the reference I get from, or this is the reference I got from Kyle. And I said this before, so I'll say it again. He's confident with what I'm going to give him, so there's not a lot of like him, I don't want to say getting in the way, but there is a tendency when people are working on creative projects with people that there's always room for participation, which there should be, but at some point there needs to be, okay, just let the artist do their thing. And I've got a lot of work history with Kyle that we've built this up where he trusts me, which I'm grateful for, but it allows me to do, again, even going back to this, like the direction was just a guy basically hammering some metal on some stuff, right? So I'm able to have fun. Anyway, so he'll give me like this giant block of text, which is context, which is great, right? I read this, but then I often just forget about it. The art direction is all I care about. So in this we have Fisher, which is the guy, dressed in warm clothing out on an iced lake, maybe, or somewhere secluded, with a ripple in the air to show a thin space with a dead body floating in the air and being taken over by an alien energy. Maybe we see the Y cuts a mortician does, so we know it's originally a dead body, some kind of light entering the body from the rift. There's a lot going on there, a lot. And the one of the tricks, and you guys, and I brought this up before when we used to do comics on this channel, is like you can ask to be shown too much, and it makes it difficult for the viewer to see things, right? Like, so I need to show a frozen lake, and a lake, at least in my experience, you need to show some scale in order for people to know it's not a pond, right? So a lake is a large body of water, cold. So okay, that gives me something I can do with the color. Now we've got a guy that's dressed in warmth, okay. But if we need to show scale, he can't be very big unless we do what I'm doing here, where I bring him closer to the camera. And then we got to rip in space and time, right? Okay, that's hard to draw, so I'm going to do my best, right? And then we got a corpse with a specific detail on it, which is very difficult to see. But then we've also got, on top of all of that, energy leaking from either this rift or this alien. Like, somehow this needs to look alien. I don't even know how I'm going to do that. The first thing that comes to mind is, obviously we'll do Kirby dots because we get to, but like color, right? So if everything's going to be this pale gray and blue, cold colors, we might be able to start not necessarily going warmth, but into the like eerie green. I think might be able to help sell that this is in a different place. I don't know. And lastly, and this is the part that I don't normally like doing, but it's there, is this is going to be followed with a text above it or below it. So if people are reading it, there may be context that they get to follow in there. Again, I'd much prefer just the art to do all the hard work, but sometimes it's tough. And then over here I put like a little note for myself, like maybe we put the Aurora Borealis over here, but now that I'm talking about it out loud, if this is going to be green, the Aurora Borealis, is that it? Is green and blue and wavy, right? At least that's what I remember. In yellows, that's going to make needless detail just to sell that this is like in the northern hemisphere or whatever, right? So I think we'll pull back on that. One cheat I think I'm going to do here, I don't do this often, but we'll see here. Let's Antarctica. This is an old concept art technique. I think it'll be fun to do. What I'm trying to look for is I'm looking for a piece of art that I can copy and paste and just throw right on here and draw over top. And the reason I'm doing that is a lot of the hard work has been done with a picture, scale, all that kind of stuff, right? But the trick is finding the right picture. And the colors you can pull from that too. That's pretty beautiful there. Just make that. It might look too little outworldy. Here, let me just bring this over here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. This makes more sense. Okay, so we're going over here. I'm just trying to look for like just images, right? I was looking at this one right here. This one to me was like, oh, look at how nice it is. And all I need to do is just make that a lake, right? I'm like, that's awesome. But this looks a little alien. This might be it, man. Even the tone and the problem, not the problem, but one of the things that I'm trying to force myself to do with this new drawing style is using just that old comic book coloring palette. So I'm looking at this. If I was just using like modern techniques, right, just drawing with airbrush or whatever the hell it is, I could just, sure, just use all these grays and stuff like that. But since I don't have that, I got to get a little bit more creative. Because there's this nice, like, you see that blur? I could just see like an airbrush pass, right, to push that blur of something in the distance. Let me just copy this. Let's see if we can find anything else real quick before we just totally commit to that. Let me just bring this back into here. Paste it on. Edward, sort of. Don't worry, man. Nobody worry about bothering me, okay? Feel free to just ask whatever you want. But what drawing tablet would you recommend that are easy to use for beginners? You mean like a screen, like what I've got here? Like you want to draw on a monitor, or like a tablet, like this right here. Let me just back this up. This here is like an iPad, right? Like, do you want something like a tablet, or like a monitor? The answers, I guess, would be the same. I would probably go, if you're a beginner, I would go with the cheapest thing you could get that has some good reviews for pen pressure. That would be my only thing to look into. No matter what tool you get, even if you get like a Cintiq or you get one of the newer big boys, people tend to still have a learning curve of drawing on a screen as opposed to paper, if that's where you're coming from. So it doesn't. So to me, that just means that it doesn't matter what you get. There's still going to be a learning curve. The difference I would have is I've worked a lot longer in this kind of space. The iPad, it takes a lot of work for me to get used to. If I just made it so that this is the only thing I could work on, I'm sure I could figure out ways to get it faster. I've got a Bluetooth keyboard here that I like to use sometimes so that it mimics what I'm doing here. I'm trying to duplicate this flow. So there's that caveat. I know my niece, she had I gave her my old Huion, which is a different brand. Big ass monitor too, it's really nice. I didn't like the stylus because I'm used to this one. It had a little bit more spring to it. But again, that's just something you would learn over time. It's just like any other tool. But on the screen, you want a monitor? Okay, yeah. I mean, Huion is the only other experience I have, and they're relatively cheap. Like, let me just quickly check. Huion GT220, I think, if I'm remembering the name right. Is it GT220? I don't know. I just want to show you the price of it or whatever it is. I wonder what it's at now, to be honest with you. And this is in Canadian, so if you're American, it's even better. Interesting. I'm not even seeing it on here. But yeah, just go on Amazon and search Huion, Huion. I'm looking at a whole bunch. I mean, there's a shitload of them. Monitors, 16-inch. We got a 12-inch. I want to see like a big boy here. What is this? I bring this on the screen, but it's got my address on it. How big is this? Huion Canvas 22 Plus. 21.5-inch screen. 21, holy shit. It's $800 Canadian. That's expensive, right? But like, it looks almost like an iPad. 21 inches. Whew. That's more than enough for what you need. What the hell am I working on? I'm working on a Cintiq 21. So mine's 21. Yeah. So it's this. It's this, but probably widescreen. This is overkill to me. So yeah, just look at that. And like I say, it's $800 on a Canadian, and that's just this one model, right? Like they've got so much. Huion's, in my mind, probably one of the. I don't know if it's the best competitors. There's other people that do reviews and stuff, and I haven't really went outside of my wheelhouse outside of the iPad and this. Yeah, and okay, so I see a bunch of people, like, you guys are bringing up Wacom. Wacom is one of those things, they've been around for so long that they've, in my mind, they've focused on what artists want. Maybe that's not the right word. I don't know if it's what artists want or need. It's kind of like, I don't know, it feels comfortable to use. This is an old-ass thing, too. You could always go with these old ones, too. They work. Everything feels like it's chunky and heavy, and you know what I mean? Like, it's got weight. It's like a serious professional tool. When I had the Huion, it felt a little bit rinky-dinky, you know, like it had a little creak to it, you know, and like I said, the stylus on the Wacom, I don't even feel when I'm pressing it in here, it just feels like it's solid, like a pencil would. on the Huion, there was a little bit of a spring, and they even gave me 2 different kinds of styluses, so they had choice though, but it was so much cheaper. And I've said this before, the one I had, when I used it as a second monitor, it was crystal clear. It's better than even the monitors I have right now. That was awesome. So I really enjoyed that too. But I would say, I think like the market is definitely, Wacom is, you know, #1 business standard, art standard. Like if you're serious, if you're an artist at all, what you want is a Wacom. That is marketing too, right? So, and I've said this to death too, right? Like the guy that I learned so much from to get comfortable working on this with Freddie Williams. He's got the DC Comics Guide to Digitally Drawn Comics. I'm gonna move on here, but that guy, and I'm pretty sure it's still, I mean, he's more traditional now, but he was drawing all of his comics, Batman, Ninja Turtles, all his DC stuff. Like he was just using a like just a tablet that you draw, like a Wacom tablet that's connected to a screen. All right, so it's like it's comfort, it's whatever you enjoy doing. Some people don't like drawing on screens too. I know when I was at work, there was times when if I was just doing Photoshop work, I prefer to just have total freedom this way, instead of like my hand being on here, having the ability to take it off and see what I'm drawing as I'm drawing. That's been cool too. Yeah, no problem, man. Good luck. Do you work as a concept artist in your day job, or what type of work are you doing? It can be an easy. Give me 1 second here. I'll answer that. I just want to sort of take a look at what I had and just manipulate this a bit. I mostly want this for the colors, you guys, right? But like, there's some shapes here that I'm able to use. So we're gonna go from here, and you'll see what I mean. So we're gonna go. I'm just wondering if I can show. I don't think I could show you guys stuff that I technically do at work. Not that you guys are. I mean, you guys are probably curious. So, I'm currently, since I've been there, and I've been there almost 10 years now, actually, which is ridiculous. It's like a long time. There was probably at least one time where there's 2 other artists that worked under me, just because I was the only artist there. So it's like you kind of get a position because you're the only guy there, right? So now my title would be creative director. And all that means is, in my mind, and I mean no disrespect to this, but it's like, when you're trying to, as a company, get work from other companies or whatever, the more fancier titles you have, it looks better on the resume, right? So all I do is I draw pictures. I'm not doing anything above and beyond. So, and the reason I'm saying that, again, and I'm not meaning disrespect by this, but it's like, I don't want it getting up into my head, because it's really, at the end of the day, I don't feel better that I'm a creative director or an art director as if I was just an artist. I don't care about that myself. Other people could. That's fine. Do your thing. I just want to draw, right? So it's that's what I do, and all that really means is and now, so more so since COVID and us all having to work from home, one of the cool things is my boss. He's been able to, I'll say, be more hands off, so that he can be more hands on the business side, like running the business. He's getting more and more confidence, and I mean this in a nice way. I don't mean this in an ignorant way. He's getting more confidence in just letting go, and I think that just comes with time and experience, especially with people. Like, again, even working with this, like I said, with Kyle, we've built up a confidence where there's an expectation of what I would deliver anyway, so you don't need to micromanage, I guess. And so now it's been great, because if something needs to be done, I get what I need to do, and then it's up to me to just do the best I can do for what we need. So I just needed that framework, that context there. So what I do day to day, I rarely do concept art. Usually there's no time for concept art for the type of projects we do. So the company I work at is called I Dream Interactive. You guys can search us on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. One of the biggest games that we've done is called Recipe Rescue 3. It's like a match 3. That stuff I could kind of show you guys here. It's actually totally different than this. Let me see here. I Dream. So here, yeah, I could just show you this kind of thing. So drawing this, and this might look like the chibi stuff, and a lot of the chibi stuff that I've done is because I worked here and I had the chance and the time, and I was given the ability and stuff like that to flesh out this sort of style. But not only just that, but like I would have done things like this kind of stuff. Like I designed and drew or whatever, like with feedback from people too, right? I just want to make it sound like, yeah, I just did it all off the top of my head. Like match 3 games. So I've had to come up with all of these assets, they're called, right? For those that don't know the language when you're working in studios and stuff. The UI, I've had help with layout of what might look good, look at other games, reference, font design that we're going to use, layouts. This is, I would argue, this is pretty much what I do all day, is this kind of look. And it can be exhausting because in my heart of hearts, this is what I want to draw. Or this is what I enjoy drawing the most. I do get, obviously, some from this, but it's just different. It taps into different things. What else could I show you here? So there's that. Here. This was like a concept piece that we did, trying to sell some idea. Again, just the studio does a lot of cute stuff, and then now we're kind of going to casino stuff, and there's a chance we might be breaking out and doing something a little bit more, what I would consider what got me excited about video games. To me, like, again, there's not that there's no pride in making a match 3, we'll say, right? But like, that's not what I got into video, like what gets me interested in video games, you know, like a AAA studio kind of thing, or any of that kind of stuff. There was some, I'm trying to see what else. I'm just trying to show you guys like different things, right? Like this might be a little bit more on par with what you guys might think. But this was like another game. It's just like a hyper casual game. This kind of stuff. It was like an app icon. This kind of stuff. I don't really do this stuff that often, but like this painted look. This is why like this stuff does play into decisions I've made drawing, right? Like this is why I draw. Where's my ideas? Nope. Art ideas. Right. So like this dude, or no, let's bring up Augustus. Like this guy, right? Like this style of drawing, the Kirby kind of simple, whatever. That's why I'm drawing this stuff now, because at work I'm doing. You guys have just seen what I do there, right? So it's like I need speed, because I don't have a lot of time to draw anymore, especially now that I got, you know, a growing family. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it just goes all over the place. I want to see if there's anything else. More maybe UI. UI is probably like the biggest thing I would say that I would do. I don't know if I have. Maybe it's in here. I don't even know if there's. That's video. Let's see here if we got any chumba. So we worked on a mobile game for a studio. It's called a Chumba Casino. It doesn't really mean much. Crap. I have like a PNG I could show you. Maybe we got something here. No, I think this one we pulled all the chumba stuff out. Well, we got videos in here that I can't. Let me see. Daily bonus, lobby and HUD pop-ups. Here, 1 second. Let me see. I'll just show you this one more thing, and then we'll keep going here. If this works anyway. Yeah, what the hell? Why? How come I didn't see that? File open. iDream. Oh, right here. Idiot. Silly guy. Okay. Toolkit. I don't know if you guys would be interested in toolkit. Let's do this. Lobby UI. This is a little bit more fancy. Actually, I don't know if this will work 100% because, yeah. Never mind. There are... sometimes there's filters and stuff. Here, I'll open up just a PNG or whatever. So again, there's back and forth. This would be for other companies and stuff like that. But what I had to do was make what you see here. So like this top HUD, bottom HUD, you know, win cash prize, this kind of stuff. You know, the layout, you get approval and back and forth. And some people want shine. Some people want a certain kind of yellow. That's the kind of back and forth that can suck doing this job is. People can noodle over a specific shade of blue, and it takes time and experience to be like, it's okay, That's just how people are, and they don't mean to be rude or nitpicky. It's just in a creative field, and some of you guys might know what I'm talking about, and some of you guys eventually might know, or you might never know. But when you work with people, when there's feedback that needs to be had, I feel like a lot of people, when they hear that, if I go, what do you guys think? Does this look okay? Or does it look good? The first thing people think of is they might just love it, which is rare. But what they'll probably do is they'll probably go, they start asking themselves questions of like, well, what could make it look better, as opposed to what works. And the problem with that is when you start saying what could be better, is that is a Pandora's box that doesn't get closed. The only thing that closes that is, okay, well, this product needs to ship by the end of the week. So people don't start thinking like that. They start going like, okay, well, yeah, no, it looks good enough, go. Right, so there's like a spin wheel, all this crap, all the icons and stuff. This was pretty fun too, like these little like tiles. Like if this was on your phone, you would slide it, right, and you click it, and you guys have seen this stuff to death. But this right here, I would argue, is the general thing that I do at work. If that helps answer your questions. All right, so let's get back to drawing some muscles. And thanks for the question too, brother. I appreciate that. Nimrod saying something that I agree. Yeah, like, it's awesome. If you can get, for me, what I love is having like something to draw on, like a Cintiq or whatever, with that monitor set up. Now we're talking. Get all your reference over there. No problem, Edward. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, Huion are built differently than Wacom, but again, I just want, if I could offer you guys any advice. One of the reasons, a friend of mine told me not to buy this because the color sucks on it. He is right. However, you have to sort of, what I would recommend anyway, you don't have to, but what I would recommend is be aware of what you're buying the tool for. So for me, I was drawing primarily comic books and just inking. And the thing about that is, if I'm inking, I don't care about color. Right? And this has been phenomenal for me. And now that I've got a second, like I've always had a second monitor, but the better color corrected my monitor is over here, I can adjust on the fly. So you can always make things work for you, right? You don't have to always buy the best. If you've got the money and you don't want the time to, or you don't have the time, or you don't want to make time to make a tool work in a specific way for you, then yeah, spend the money, you get whatever you want, right? But there are definitely things out there that you can do or buy that will give you an amazing result if you just put in some time to sort of learn it a little bit more, right? This guy's got baggy clothes because we're out in the Arctic somewhere. Put a little backpack kind of thing here. I want to make him feel a little bit more like an explorer. Maybe we'll put like a little ice pick or something. Just go up here. Got the little face. And I want to bring more anime into my work too. I was talking about that last stream. Let's see if I'll get the balls to do that. Hey, Sugarton, welcome. Welcome. Freddie Williams is an amazing guy. Absolutely. I'll continue to give him praise all the time. Troy, what a bushy beard. I know, right? Stuck in my little island over here, just growing this thing out. I wish my head was upside down. You get that hair back. Look at just all flash. Okay, so we got that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to insinuate where these mountains are that I'm swiping. Get some hills here instead of it all just being mountains. And this is all ice. Ice. I like this too, these little like ridges up here. And one of the cool things, like I said, that I didn't have my concept or my thumbnail, which makes sense because it's a thumbnail, is the fact that yes, this is supposed to be on a lake like it was recommended, but I just had sort of like the winding river. When you start looking at pictures or actual reference, right, like you'll see things that your visual library in your brain isn't letting you see. In this case, how about the shore? You know, so this is actually ice. I'm not gonna have this dude on a boat, but this too will help us with some color choices going forward, which is great. I mean, that doesn't hurt. So this is like I guess the new and improved thing. I like it. Looks better. This is the biatch part right here. The biatch part. Jesus. Could have a dead dude floating in a ripping time. Do we do? Yeah, we'll fix it when we get in there, but we draw like we're 6. Here, maybe give him some hair like he's floating. And he is naked. We're not going to be drawing any pee-pees or wee-wees, so we'll get some good old Kirby dots to cover his dots. Cover his dots, okay. We'll go like that. One second here. Thought I heard somebody at the door. Okay, let's just insinuate that we got some Kirby action there. I think that arm might be a little too thick. So go there, go like this. Yeah. And then we got that cut in his body. And I don't know how we're gonna, this is gonna be super tricky, man. Like, I don't know how we show that it's cuts. And we'll get some, what's it called? Some rips in space and time. Some Lovecraft kind of stuff. And then it's like this energy is going inside of that cut. This is going to be a really interesting nut to crack here. So put some more cuts in space time. Maybe we'll break through them like that. It's interesting. Okay, we'll save it up and on to the next one. Okay, now this one will be fun. So you got these 3 guys. They're like aliens, so we're going to put some stuff. Hey, Reed, how's it going? Yeah, no problem. You know the feeling? I always joke that all your hair slid off your head down your face. I know, right? Woke up one day and I had like this giant... Anyway, so it's like these... they're going to look like people with some tech on them, but they'll be red, so that means they're aliens, right? And they're putting in a pylon, it's called. Think, at least the reference I got. I thought this was actually pretty cool. Think Galactus. These guys, they go to alternate realities, to specific planets that are a problem in that reality, install this pylon, absorbs all the cosmic energy out of it to destroy that universe, I believe. But that energy that's being sucked out of that destruction powers up their time-traveling spaceship that they... Or no, maybe not time-traveling, a universe-bending spaceship. So they plant it, it starts sucking all the energy out, they get back in their ship, it charges it up, so when the explosion happens of this universe, it then transports them to the next universe to rinse repeat. I thought that was actually pretty killer. I thought that was pretty interesting stuff. I'm sure it's been done to death in comics, but sounds good, sounds fun. So anyway, that's the context of what we're going to be doing here. So let's go to the roughs. Let's draw it up. Alright, so we got the lady, we got the guy, and we got the muscle guy. Now, this is one thing I need to get better at, because I don't draw it that often, is not only just backs, but in this style, drawing backs. So, one of the things I've been trying to do is get more loose with how we're drawing. It's more like silhouette shapes. Somebody that I've looked at, and I wouldn't say I'm trying to ape his style. He's just another influence, like, line up, right? There's so many. Is Corey Lewis, or Ray, you guys might know him as. I've been a massive fan of his for so many years. Back in the Eat Poo days. This is early internet stuff. And you know, like just like my Kirby stuff, I'll go back and I'll just look through the comics I've picked up of his, or I've made like a file that I can just flip through. It's kind of like I don't know if you guys have done this before, but before you start your work day or your creative day, a thing you could try, it might help you, is flip through your influences, right? Like I've got this book right here. I apologize, you guys might not be able to see it. I've showed it before. Let me just bring this up so I can see. This right here, it's might get a little blurry. Jack Kirby Pencils and Inks. It's a big boy. Look at this. Right, and it's just literal pencils on one page. It's gonna get all blown out, and then somebody inked it on the other side. I don't really care about the inks. Like the inks are cool because I can see how somebody interpreted the stuff, but the pencils are what I like. So what I do usually before I sit down is take a minute, and I just flip. I try not to dwell too much on a specific thing, but I just flip. And what I'm hoping it's doing is it's getting me in a mind space of, yeah, you know, like I want to do more of that thing. That kind of stuff, right? Like I just saw something that I want to, hopefully I don't forget when I when I get in here to do my whatever. Anyway, so Kirby is obviously a guy that I've been talking about a whole bunch. Corey Lewis, I'll do the same thing. Sometimes I'll do each of the influences that day, right? Like maybe I'll do Kirby, I'll look at a bunch of his stuff, then I'll look at Corey's stuff, or I'll look at Bruce Timm, or I'll look at some Capcom art, you know, just to get the, I was gonna say get the pickle flowing, but that that doesn't mean what I don't think it means. So anyway, the reason I brought that up is maybe it's something you guys could start doing. You know, just try it out. Might help you out. But anyway, Corey, what I love about his stuff, and I don't know if it's got to be purposeful, but like you're not drawing like, let's say we're drawing a leg from the front. You're not doing like, okay, well there's the knee, and I mean you can draw it that way, but it's more like, okay, well here's it's weird. I'm not saying this is how he draws, right? But you see how there's life in this leg over here on this side, and you could add in all your shading and your rendering, whatever you want to do, instead of building clothing over top. This is where the direction I keep trying to push myself. This one is hard to break out of. So, the reason I even talked about that is like this dude right here. Instead of drawing, okay, well, here's the chest and here's the hips. Probably make a better drawing. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I'm trying to get better with just making gestures and converting gestures to a final drawing, if that makes sense, as opposed to gesture, structure, then final drawing. It's tough, man. It's tough because you're missing a whole step there. Pale Rider? That's hilarious. Okay, so we get that. I'm going to put in some designs over top of him for whatever the hell this guy is wearing. This guy's gonna be doing something with his hands. Let's get this big old guy in the background. So these guys are aliens, so I'm able to just build a little bit more on their anatomy here. So this guy's gonna be carrying something. I don't know what yet. We'll figure it out. Maybe like he's installing like a giant pipe. Sure. That NPC face. Let me rotate it here so we can see it a little different. Let's give him a fist. Maybe he's got like some sort of one of his classic levers. It's doing something. I don't know what he's doing. It doesn't matter. That's what I love about this stuff. You can just have people doing something to something, and it doesn't matter what the hell they're doing. They know what they're doing. You don't know what they're doing. Okay. And then we're going to get some ground. Now, I wanted the ground to be kind of like, can't really do it with this brush, but I have I call it, I think it's my Kirby Life brush. I called it Life because when I see his stuff, it feels like it's got life. But I'm able to like do like these chunky shapes like this. And I just want to insinuate that it's like, it's ripping the earth apart, even though these guys are still here. And of course, we're gonna like a lot of energy going around. But I'm just putting this in here now so that I don't forget it when we get back to it, because this is like a simple thing to forget. Cool. All right, we're gonna get all the energy. We got this pylon. Now, I haven't designed this yet, so I remember reading an article. Kirby tech is something I want to like probably spend the summer just trying to do a whole bunch of stuff that's just tech related. I'm not a tech guy because I prefer muscles, right? But like if I can inject more of his visual language, I'll feel more empowered. I don't want to rip the guy off. I don't want to become a clone of Jack. But there's things that he's giving me, like tools in my toolbox that I love. I know it's not for everybody, but it's unlocking something in my head that's allowing me to get a creative direction that I felt paralyzed or incapable of doing. And I don't know if it's like, it's so hard to describe. I've tried multiple times with you guys where it's like it's literally a creative expression, and that I think when I would draw stuff like shit, what did we have before? I was trying to show you guys this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I have it in here. Okay, like this pinup, for example, here. When I was drawing in this kind of style, see, like how I'm this was me learning some Kirby dots and stuff, but like to me, it just like this guy might look cool, you know, like, and there's some rendering and he looks believable, but when I was mixing it with the Kirby, just it doesn't fly, whatever reason, and I don't know why. But for me, and this is why I'm saying it's like I think I'm finally in a phase where I feel like even though I don't want to say ripping off, but pulling a lot of inspiration from Jack, it's allowing me to feel like I'm being creative, and I don't know how to describe it. I'm trying to find like a good image here that might. Okay, yeah, we could do this. This Space Terror. So this is more like a Lovecraft kind of feel, but like this kind of background, like the lines, the weird shapes and stuff, the fire, right? Like to me, this is cohesive. Whereas in this one, it just feels like, okay, well, it's energy, so I'm putting Kirby dots on there, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't have the same as this does. You guys might see it and disagree with me completely, but I guess I mean as I'm drawing this in the final piece for me, and I'm in this weird stage right now where it's just like this feels liberating, and I want more of it. I've asked a couple friends of mine, and some have been like on board. Most seem like it's what's a right way of, maybe not a right way, but a way of saying it, where it's like maybe I'm dating myself by going off somewhere over here, but I'm trying to look at this as a way of like, I'm not trying to market myself, I'm just having some fun, you know, like I want this kind of thing, so it's allowing me to just branch out. Anyway, so the long-winded way of getting there is somebody, there's an article, I don't know if it was on the Kirby Museum or something like that, where they were breaking down, and this is the kind of analytical stuff that I'm not doing that I want to do with this stuff, is they were looking at Kirby tech, and generally it's like a big shape, and then a couple bigger shapes, and then like wacky detail. And that's what I'm trying to think of here, right? So, you know, I'm going to have, this is my major shape of the pylon, is this shape here. Now we're going to have a couple, I don't want to say weird shapes, but shapes that might seem a little nonsensical. I just want to have a few of these. We could have something that comes out, just connects to these. Again, I don't know what these are. That doesn't matter. And then the next stage, what we're going to do is we're just going to put in some detail. Maybe this connects over like that. Okay, let's save that up. Serious. Did you hear about Kentaro Miura? Yeah, dude. Like I just heard about that yesterday. I tried to tell a guy at work, and he said he passed away earlier this month. Is that true? Because like I'm just finding out yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday, and like I'm seeing fan art from people. Everybody just, you know, and I got into him maybe before my son, so 4 years ago through Berserk. Berserk was awesome, and then as I got in, I don't know how many do I got up? I only got up to, I think, was it 11? 11 of the manga, volume 11, and his artwork just. And then I picked up I always say it wrong. Gigantomaxia. Only one book of that. Uh, I'm saddened, man. Like that guy, he's amazing. I actually felt a little bit like, I'm not. I don't want to say I'm sad. I don't know the guy personally. It's sad. Like it sucks, like that he's dead and all that kind of stuff. Um, but like it made me think of like, oh God, like what happens when Akira Toriyama passes? Like that guy goes. Here we go. Like I know there's some people in my family that get like sad when like a singer dies or a pop star or something. Like for me, like I don't want to make it sound like I don't care that people are dying, but like they don't have an impact on my life, I guess. But when you hear somebody like an artist that you look up to, it clicks for me that way, and it sucks. Definitely sucks. Do we know yet how he passed? Like, I guess it doesn't really matter. Just one of those questions. I guess that gets asked. A lot of these details here, I'm going to leave out. I just want to have some shape language in here. One of the things I noticed when I study Corey Lewis too, one of the beautiful things Corey's been able to give me is the ability to look at designing shapes, like black shapes, and then cutting out in white. Let's see if I can show you here. So if I were to fill this in like that, normally I wouldn't draw like this, but then you get the white and you kind of come in and you put in some more of whatever designs you want to have. Like how the hell else would you do that? Like that's just insane. But it gives it like extra layer, like a layer of some sexy time. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, I thought about Toriyama too. Oh, did you? Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame he didn't finish Berserk. The guy I was working with, that's what he was saying. Like because it took him so long to do stuff, and I was trying to think like, I don't know about you guys, man, but comics take so fucking long, and then manga, I don't even know how the hell they do it. Like, I know some have like teams of people working on them, but like they're producing giant stacks of work. Like if you're doing Western comics, you just got to worry about 20, 22 pages, and you got other people that are going to do coloring. So it blows my mind that, like, I don't know, manga artists in general, not that they're drawing giant cityscapes being nuked all the time or New York City just being overrun, but volume definitely has something to play into it. So I always look up to manga artists, maybe a little bit more so than American or Western style comics, for the most part. Like there's people like Daniel Warren, or that guy that I forget his name. I'm awful with names. Doing Ultra Mega right now. Oh my goodness, that guy is just knocking stuff out. Like there's so much detail in that work. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna grab a little coffee. Be right back. All right, we're back. What's that? Oh, Jesus. Heart? It's always like a fear of mine, man, that the heart just goes like... That's awful. Actually, you know what? Instead of her standing here, maybe we could, maybe she's like sitting on something.
Hey, let's go. You gotta put your shoes on.
Why not, right? Like I said before, it starts making things look like they're, you don't know what the hell they're doing, but they do. Little keyboard or something. Little data pad. Okay. Then we'll figure out the face and stuff, because like once we get into using the actual line art, like the brush I use for that, things can get a little there's not a lot of room to draw. There's no point getting all those details. So make sure these are curved. So at least it makes it look like there's some form here. Okay, now we're there. Make a new layer. We'll get what did he say? Some kind of techie vector tattoos or space gear. Vector tat. Yeah, I'm not gonna have room for that. I don't think. Space gear. Color we haven't shown them yet because they're not red. Okay, so red. Okay, so space gear. Do we just do the classic helmets? Little space helmets on them. Nah. Or maybe, I mean. Does this at least let you know that they're on an alien planet for them? Let's do it. And I don't know what their outfits are going to be. We're just going to put some, like he said, some techie stuff, but maybe she's got a cape. Why not? Let's get a cape on there. Okay, see you. Love you. Have fun, buddy.
Say bye-bye to Papa. Blow you a kiss.
Okay.
Oh, careful.
Maybe we'll think more like Iron Man with this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'll just put it here so I don't forget. Iron Man tech. I want them to look angry. Okay, and we're going to need a spaceship. Ugh. Alright, how are we going to do a spaceship? I know I got that kind of thing there. Whoops. Let's try to think of a shape here. Maybe we can kind of mirror what they've got going on. The circle motif. Yeah, I don't think so. It's starting to feel like it could just be like a machine. I think we just go with the classic, like an actual airplane kind of look. Maybe we'll go a little more profile too. Gonna go the more Star Wars route. maybe it's actually just floating in this. Floating. I like that better. Get some more Kirby dots here. Now the trick here is going to be able to get it to go into the distance here. This is something I've been trying to fight with a little bit. You guys let me know what you think, if you got an opinion on it. Like, a lot of this stuff I use just a single thick line. I don't use line weights with this style, but the more and more I draw this stuff, I feel like it's something I'm going to have to start bringing back. Especially for something like this, right? Like if these guys are all thicker lines and this is thinner, it inherently goes further in the distance, right? I'm just going to insinuate this energy here. Just imagine the sound this thing will like a rumble. And this thing's got the energy coming around it. Just that impending doom kind of thing, right? Turn the thumbnail off. Boom. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Actually, maybe what I can do here is just to fill up this dead space is that it's like funneling the energy over here, right? Yeah, something like that. A lot. Okay, cool. So we got that. I think we're gonna start with this since this is where we already started. Oh, looks like I got a little package. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Grab the old X-Acto knife here. Sorry. I've been waiting for this. I'm gonna get it out of here. I know you guys are here to watch me draw and stuff, but just bear with me. I think it's a board game of all things. Of course it is, right? A new solo board game to play. That's all I need. 1 second. Guess I know what I'm doing tonight, huh? So this game here, on my journeys of finding solo board games, because you can always never have enough of them, right? Is it's like this highly tactical, strategic kind of game. I was playing it on Tabletop Simulator. For those of you that don't know, Tabletop Simulator, that's been amazing, man. It does exactly what it says, right? Like it simulates tabletop gameplay. So I tried this game out, and it was, hell yeah, it was some good stuff. Just put this over here. So it's called Spirit Island, actually. You guys can't see it because freaking thing's way too small. But let's see here. Yeah, this is the game here. If you guys haven't tried it out, definitely recommend it. And then got a little expansion that came in with it too. Branching Claw. Ooh. Some animals and stuff. So yeah, we'll be good. Guess we'll be playing that a little bit later today. It's always good to have a little something to look forward to. Doesn't that make it sound like I have nothing to look forward to? Awful. Have a little something to look forward to. There's something so fun about punching out all the little cardboard pieces and stuff that come with a game. And then once you're all done, you got nothing open. And half of that excitement is opening stuff. Okay, I just wanted to get this all settled out here so it doesn't have to Cintiq box. And then I think on Sunday, actually, I'm heading over to my nieces and my brother's house. We're going to play. I don't know if she's going to play. If she's going to play. I'm going to do a little Marvel Champions. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, cool. Let's get back to it. All right, so we're going to go here, and then we're going to just rinse, repeat here. So we're going to put lines, and we're going to go here. Kirby lines. I got to get some music going. I wonder if there's a way I could listen to this. If I could get this to come through my headset so I can listen to some music too while we're drawing here. Properties. Yeah, no, okay. So give me 1 second here to load up some rain sounds. Cool. Okay. Hey man, how's it going? I know I had like these black marks in there, but I think I like it just like this. It works better. Get that sweat. Hey Hero, welcome in. Drawing with classical music or opera is so peaceful. It is. Get that focus going. Is the relaxing piano concerto being played by a gerbil of classical Victorian? Oh my god. That was some tongue-tying stuff there, man. It's like somebody who just went and grabbed everything from the thesaurus they could. I like it. Oops. What's that? You're gonna try that on your break and see if you get inspired and preparing for June Tune. Oh yeah. That's coming up, man. Yeah, those challenges, man. They definitely are a challenge. I don't think I could do them. Job hunting. Well, good luck, Jason. I hope you find something, man. Yeah. No problem, man. Thanks for hanging out, and good luck today. Alright, make a new layer here. Alright, so I need to mimic this guy's jaw a little bit on this metal. Let's bring that table up a bit more, I think. Maybe like there. Just getting cut off too much. Yeah, okay, that works. I wonder if, let me try something here. Let's do a Bezier curve. Is that, no, we just want a curved line. No. A little on the thicker side. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Maybe we do need a Bezier curve. Zone Bezier curve. How's this work? Okay. This isn't exactly like Photoshop's, I don't think, unless I'm... What in the hell? Alright. We're doing roll school, I guess. Wow, that was extremely difficult. I gotta spend some time learning that, I think. This one's gonna be a little tricky here. So we're gonna do a little like semi-inking here as well. I don't think I like that. I think I might just go with a more rough style ink, like this kind of thing. Some texture in there. It's a little bit more organic, or maybe illustrative might be the better way of saying it. I'm going to put some down here as well because I know we're going to get that spark action. Yeah, see you later, man. Have a good night. Okay, so I think what we'll do now is we're going to start the inks because we're getting into a spot here that where we need some rendering action. Then we can start worrying about some of these spot blacks here. Okay, so let's get this hammer going. Oops, forgot about this actually. This bracelet. Forearm in here, get a tricep and then some shoulders, get bicep, whoops. Everdread, welcome, brother. Yeah, thanks, man. We're making some pretty good progress here. I mean, it's almost noon. I mean, we still got these two to draw, hand color. It's gonna be a longer day, but making good headway. All right, let's get some wrinkles in his shirt. Thanks, dude. Muchos apreciated. I don't know what the hell I just said. Is there a white shown in that? No. Okay. Let's get his hand going. Let's get the rough back in here because we need to clean this up a bit. Alright, so we got sparks. This feels like sparks. You want to get to the coloring? I don't know. So my checklist here, I gotta keep checking out Kirby. It's like special effects as well as what's it called? Tech. Why is the guy trying to smash a sleeping sleeping in, man? You got kids, you know. Guy's calling in late to work one too many times. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Not just a hammer to the face, man. This guy's got this slab of metal over his nose and eyes, too. And he's smiling, so take that for what it's worth. Okay, let's keep going with the black areas here. Just trying to. I don't like spending too much time doing not just spot blacks, but like overly rendering and overshadow and overthinking. Just trying to get in and get out. I find it just helps overall with what it looks like when it's done. Better or worse. His new look. What's that? For having a nice dream while he's trying to slap metal up on his face. Brutal, man. Well, yeah, it is Friday. Actually, that black doesn't look. Let's grab our Kirby Life brush here. For some rock texture here. Just trying to put a little texture on him just for since he's a mummy, right? Again, I don't know if this guy's alive or what. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. some of that white spark over here so when we get to coloring we can play around a little bit with it. Just so it overlaps that dude in the background. Just to skim it. Print. No! No! He needs a little action on his nose here. So maybe we could do a little something like that. Yeah. Maybe like that, maybe. Hey Chris, how's it going? I'm worried Kenny Omega might lose his belt. Orange Cassidy's just too OP. Is this the Chris I know and love? Or just a different Chris? You don't need to worry about Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is Kenny Omega. Unless they're starting to get rid of him being all the belt holder of everything. Could be interesting. Let's just get rid of his jaw. We don't need that. How's it? Just want to get some of the black back in here just so it's not so open down here. Okay, I think this is getting to that point where we're getting into overkill land, so we're going to save that. Let me just get it prepped for color before we jump on to the next one. Cool. Just save that up. Okay, so next one is this one. This one will be a little interesting. Adam Page. Why, man? I'm having such a blank with most of these wrestlers. Adam Page. That was Kenny's tag team, AEW tag team partner, right? Page. With the shotgun clothesline or shotgun? Was it lariat? Right? Fuck, I'm out of the loop, man. The Hangman, there we go. There we go. This is going back a little bit to what I was saying earlier. What would it be, an hour ago? Shit, 2 hours already? Fuck. What I was saying is trying to think of, or skipping the structure phase. You're almost going to like line art to, or gesture to finish line art. It's tricky, man. But it's letting me, I'm trying to think of things a little bit more in a three-dimensional space, right? So it's like this backpack, for instance. You just need the outline, and then once we get in here, we can add all our rendering and shadows and shapes to it. So it's not as huge of a deal, or maybe it is. I don't know, or maybe it's just the style that we're working in right now, where it makes it so I can be a little bit more sloppy because the lines are a little bit more sloppy. this piano solo I keep wanting to sing to you. I can't. You know what? I need to like. I'm gonna play the song for myself in the background. I can't. I'll turn off the rain. So you guys keep talking about the music. So you guys don't like the music, I'm taking it, which is fine. I can always either get rid of it or put a new one on. At least if I hear it on loop, it'll give me some contact. How do I? Right there. Repeat on. Repeat on. Yeah, man, this music is making me in a world where one man. I hope you guys aren't getting what's coming through my headset. No, it looks good. Okay. Okay, I guess we're inking at the same time here. Normally we do the inks on a separate step, but just feels right now. Maybe I think this is maybe the more direction I should make sure I'm going is inking and shadows at the same time as opposed to just... Because sometimes there's organic shapes that are flipping through my head. Do you guys know if there's a way? Oh shit, found it. Okay, cool. Woohoo! I can flip back and forth between inks and lines. That's what we want. Let's get the background in here. Actually, the background's gonna be super simple. Actually, it's gonna be obscure shapes, right? Until we get the color in there, and then I think that'll help sell what we're looking at. I was thinking like putting like a little bit of breath. I think we'll keep the breath in there, just in case people don't know it's winter with the colors we pick. Oh, my back, man. What's this? What's that? I'm guessing this comic book story has even more higher stakes. I would guess so. Just because of its nature, dealing with the galaxy as opposed to just Earth, I suppose. I will say the different things I'm drawing in this would lead me towards what you're saying. Yeah, just being asked to draw more like cosmic level characters or events. Like on the cover, right? We got somebody that looks influenced from a celestial. We got him here. I think, where is he here? Ceralax, I think his name is. He's like creating, I don't know if it's Earth or a different world, right? I always love this kind of shit. But like this guy's creating something, and then he's destroying worlds. So, look at that. I don't know if there's really anything. I think it's showing the breadth of more different things, right? Like in this one, there's like this Venom kind of character here. Like there's parasites now that can kind of turn you into. And again, I have yet to play Galaxies and Peril solo. I'm still looking forward very much to do that. But if it's following the same kind of trope as a Dungeons and Dragons book, these are just here for. You can pick and choose if you even want any of these things to just sprinkle in the background to help fuel ideas. All of this stuff is for, at least my assumption, because, I play other games like Iron Sworn. I played a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, Basic Fantasy, Morkborg. What else we played? I'm trying to see. Might be it for rule systems. And most of them are just do whatever you want anyway. It's just like the rule set, like what do you do if this, roll that kind of thing. How do you answer that question is this. This is more like world building stuff, right? So if you want to sprinkle these kinds of things in there, right? We got like these dudes that we've been working on next that are going from planets destroying things, which is cool shit. I don't know. Let's see if we got anything. These are all characters from the first book too. Yeah, there's 3 new villains here that I don't think we're going to be sadly drawing anywhere else. Maybe this stuff will be shown in the like if there's a little section in the back. Who knows? These are just characters backers made. I like the way this guy came out. It's like a wizard kind of feel. It's pretty cool. Floating rocks and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah. Okay, is this all? Okay, so let's get this dude going. This guy's gonna be a little tricky. I wish there. I'm wondering if. What are my hotkeys here? So I've got this is move. What is this button? That's fill. That's switching, and then this is what? Undo. You know what? I might switch my undo button here. Second, guys, sorry. I'm just trying to like figure out a way that I can keep my thumb here and just switch between brushes without having to go on the keyboard. Just to keep moving fast here. So let me type in Wacom. You guys can see how fun this stuff gets. Okay, so we're looking for Clip Studio functions. On the right side, this. Oh, it's row. No, that's not right. What is this one? It's not rotate, it's fill. So fill, pan scroll, keystroke. What do I have on here? Undo, yeah. Okay, so clear. I don't know if this will work. I wish there was a way to flip between two brushes. Oops. Let me try. I don't. Let's try it. Yeah, just okay. Let's see if we can figure this out. Unless, oops. Sorry, I'm just trying to think here. If there's a way. Settings? Nope. Duplicate. Modifier key. Can't really switch between, it's two different button presses. Damn. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, like I can just go over and click, but it's nice to be able to draw and then just switch to a different brush and switch back. It's almost like I need two buttons here. What is this? This is, I don't even know if I really use scaling up and down. Could we make this pen gesture? What is that? You can set when pressing modifier key in operation, right click. Do you guys know if you can I mean, I can quickly search online too. If one brush was a pen and one was pencil, it could be switch. Yeah, there's that too. The hell? Do you guys know if you can set like a brush to a keystroke? Is that possible? I mean, I could duplicate it, I guess, and just do what you're saying. Shortcuts. Oh shit, we're gonna go through a whole bunch of... Okay, actually, yeah, I might be able to... Okay, I'm gonna use my mouse, it'll just be quicker. Okay, so I don't want my marker, I don't want my ink, I don't want paint wheel. No, I want my comics. Here we go. Yeah. Alright, if I'm lucky, I could maybe map it to like a mouse. Ryu Kirby lines. Edit shortcut. Let's see if you can't. Fuck. Edit shortcut. You use the buttons in your Cintiq, but yeah, there's so many shortcuts. Yeah, it's got, okay. Maybe I could do like I don't know what the hell Shift 1 does. No, I don't want 1. Or maybe I do. Is 1 a big deal? Ryu Kirby Inks edit shortcut 2. Do we ever need 1 or 2 for things? What if we're typing? Let's try that. Then they came. 1 out of... Okay, so that's fine. Maybe for opacity. Let's try it. I want it to be 1%. Okay. Okay, we're going to run with 1 and 2 until it becomes an issue. Okay, so if that's the case, let's try this. Let's bring back over here. And I want my touch strip, I guess. I don't really use this for... I usually just go over here and do that. Okay, let's try it. Keystroke. I don't know. Clear. We'll go 1, clear 2. Ryu Kirby brushes. Okay, let's try it. So we're drawn. If I go back and forth. Ooh. I think I like that. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for giving me some thoughts there. That's good stuff. Yeah, this music's interesting. Now that I'm hearing it on loop, are you guys annoyed by this background music? I can totally shut it off. Just let me know. Sweet. Okay. I just wanted that little bit of freedom instead of having it. You know what I mean? Like every now and then you want to just like tighten up that what you do all the time, and just going over here to. It's like when you're drawing, you're like, okay, I just want to add a render line or something, and you go over here and you click ink, then you go over there, it doesn't work, you undo it, and then you go back over. If I could keep this just in the flow, might be all right. All right. So again, I don't know who this guy is. It doesn't really, actually, maybe it does matter. What did he say? Fisher dress in warm clothing. Yeah, who's Fisher? The cult has several. Yeah. Okay, doesn't say too much. Okay. Somewhere secluded, just a dead body. Even better. That's what I'm wondering, Harrow. It's like, I think maybe I just need to find... I like background music, too, in other people's streams. So I'm just trying to see if I can get some in here. Just to, because there's always those dead spots in drawing streams, right? Or just streams in general. You don't always need to fill the silence, but sometimes it's nice. I also want like some music in the background, but I now that I'm hearing it, because I was listening to my own. What's that? Reminds you of The Sims? Oh, that's too funny. What font is this? This one is called CC Joe Kubert. I believe these are all the comic. It's not Blambot. CC Joe Kubert. I can't spell. That's what it is. I'll leave it right there for you. I was using the Joe Mad one when I did JESOP King. And the reason I switched to this font, actually here, if I bring open the comics. And the comic here, by the way, Final Web, sure. This is drawn in my old style, but like when I was laying it out and stuff, I was getting more into Kirby kind of style stuff, right? So I fell in love with, like, it just reminded me more of the old retro sort of font, and like just having those big fat yellow or whatever color you wanted to use for like the captions and stuff. I just fell in love with it. And to be honest, like and this is no shot against this work here. I love all the stuff I'm doing, but if I were to go to was it the lines? I think it might have been the thumbnails too that I had these in. Let me just pull this out. So yeah, when I had my thumbnails, right, You can't even really see them. Let me bring up. So I have my thumbnails and I blew them up, and this is one of my favorite parts of doing comics, is going in there and just looking like get the panels in there, right, and then you just slap in these word balloons or caption boxes, and it just all of a sudden it's a comic book. But I love doing this. When I was writing these and putting the text in there, I immediately wanted to start making my own book. Now I haven't because I don't have time, and I'm not making time to do it. But it's still gives me the good feels when I see it. It's got like a retro font. Yeah, it's definitely smooth, man. Yeah, no problem. It's smooth. It's got like a, I don't know, maybe it's sort of what I was talking about, or what I have been talking about, which is to say that sorry, I'm getting lost here. Whoops. Like as I've been looking at the like older comics and stuff, and I have nothing against necessarily newer comics, but the older stuff is just tickling me in a better way. And when I was putting in like just working with solid blocks of comic stuff, not like the 90s stuff or the 2000s stuff, which I loved at it for a time, and I'm sure I'll get back to it, where things are breaking out of the panels, or it was getting like more into the image stuff. I've been drawing that way. When I started this project here, I was like, I want to do the old mindset of Kirby simplicity of like, here's the panels in the boxes, that's where the text goes. It streamlined everything, and it made things feel more comic book creative focused, as opposed to art focused, where I could break out of panels and show some more expression that way. It just made it so that I was like, focus on each panel because it's telling you a story. At least that's what clicked in my mind. And as things were going together, I was just like, just another nail in the coffin of like, I this is the direction I need to go, because things are clicking. Things feel like they're in a way that I'm not able, or wasn't able to be able to get working in my other way. Jesus, that was really rough to get really rough to get out. I hope that made sense. And if it didn't, I don't blame you. Here, so we're gonna have a bunch of, oops, I'm used to that undo up there. Oh, that's gonna take some getting used to. Friend got the font? Awesome, man. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we got to get some light pouring out of this dude. I think we're going to use inks here. Oh shit, that was okay. Drawn on the wrong layer, I guess. Something like that. Alright, let's get some curvy dots. I think when I get to coloring this one, we're going to have to color the line art on this rip in space and time here. I think it might be the only way to really show that this, doesn't necessarily belong. And the coloring we use is going to help too. Okay, this is a little bit more on the simpler side. Okay, so that one's done. Right, we'll save that. And then this one. I didn't even notice the time. Shit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry for like the immediate. Okay, we're leaving, guys. But I have lunch coming up with the family, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry, what's that, Hero? John, do you still save multiple files as you work, like a bookmark? No, I don't do that. I probably should, to be honest. But what I've done lately is, I'm not working on full 11x17 comic pages. Rarely these days, but most of these projects, like if it's an active project that I'm working on, I have it synced up to Google Drive. So every time I hit save, it saves a drive. So if something happens to my computer, unless something happens during the upload process, I believe, and I have to double check this, it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure if something happens, you can go to a previous version on Google Drive and download that. But that way I have it on my hard drive and then there, and then once a week or once every other week, I back up that, so I save it. I just save all my files out of my external hard drive, and then once a month, I just copy my entire art hard drive onto my external hard drive. So there's lots of backups happening in case something happens. I haven't had a problem happen in a very long time, so it's made me a little bit lazy in that way. But working in those stages, I haven't done that in a very long time. No. If I'm okay, and I should add a caveat. When I was working in Photoshop, the file sizes were disgustingly much larger than Clip Studio. That's including coloring. The only time my files now get inflated, even with color, is so I have this color texture that I put over things. That doesn't really do anything. But I was messing around with a different kind of texture that was ramping the file size up big time. So I stopped that. It was turning files that were like 8.5 by 11, like a piece of paper size, from like here. I'll show you guys. If I were to open this, so like, let me find one here. So like this Doctor Doom picture. Oops, open up on the wrong side. So this is 8.5 by 11, 300 DPI, right? This one is how big? Let's see. Watch my example be totally wrong. 91 meg, which, you know, it's not that bad. Now, if I could find one, what was one that I was using that I was farting around with that new texture? They all start to look the same, man. I can't. Might have been the Captain America. Here, let's sort by size. Yeah, okay. So, was it this one? Okay, yeah. So I did a couple other filters here, but this was like an anime look. This shot up to like it's a different file for sure, but this one was 150. This is when we were doing little VHS effects or whatever to make it look like it was an anime, but I stopped that. So if I was still doing that, maybe I would, just because the file sizes are so big. But like I say, in Clip Studio, they're nothing. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and until next time, keep reading comics, keep making comics. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks everybody that was participating today. I always appreciate you guys' company, and enjoy your long weekend if you're in Canada, and if you're not, enjoy your weekend. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.